I'm Chris Anderson. I just wanted to introduce myself to you. Welcome to Chris Anderson Comics. I am a cartoonist, writer, illustrator. I thought that I would first introduce myself by showing you some of the work that I do. Wrote the first story. On Hororium, written by Kyle Strom and Matthew Mitchell. Recently did the one-shot for Revealer, the movie from Shudder. I also recently did a short little thing in this book here, Murder by Death's Spooky Tales. Murder by Death is a band. A lot of artists like Ryan Brown and J.H. Williams III came together and drew their songs. Pretty cool little project. I'll show you just the first page is actually me. Strange Eyes by Chris Anderson from Big Dark Love, their album. So there's the first page of that. Also, my first creator-owned book with David Ocampo was Lost Angels. It's a kind of a YA sci-fi mystery. Takes place in Los Angeles. What if a spaceship landed and crushed Santa Monica? The aliens that came out looked like angels. What does that mean? Years later, we integrate with them. And the girl that is in a high school in the spaceship, and a death happens, and she has to figure out why, how. It's like 130 pages. Got some really cool pinups by the likes of Dan Panosian, Jeff Johnson, Maria Franz. Most recently, I will be showing you the new book that Dave and I did called Spectral, A Showcase of Fear, which we're really proud of. Hopefully I can get Dave to come on here and we'll talk about it. Upcoming book I also have is called Chaotic Neutral, which was kickstarted about a year ago. I'm just finishing up some edits on it now. We're about to get that out. This is a black and white homage to old school Dungeons and Dragons. I did the art for it a long time ago, so it looks like a different artist drew it, but I'm still really proud of it. It's super cool, and I can't wait for people to get a hold of that. An anthology that David and I also worked in just came out called Monstrosities from Warden Comics. We have a story in there called Ritual of Skin. Right there. Pretty crazy, creepy story. I love Masters of the Universe. I'm a huge mark for that. So I have a Masters of the Universe sketchbook that I did kind of my version of a bunch of the characters from Masters of the Universe because they're such cool designs. And then I went ahead and just kind of decided I was going to play in that universe and did some sort of bootleggy Masters of the Universe origin stories. This one is of Moss Man and Beast Man, and this one is called Stench of the Sea. It is the story of brothers Merman and Stinkor, and then the origin of Trapjaw at the end. So there are those. I'm also being serialized currently in the pages of Heavy Metal. These are all the Heavy Metal issues that I've worked on. I've done quite a few at this point. Starting with 297, I did a story with Justin Jordan in this one. That was my first Heavy Metal story. Then continuing, this is 303. I did a story that I wrote in there called Off. Then I did a story in 305. I wrote a story called Last Planet, Other Side of the Sun. Those might have been switched actually, but it's fine. Then 306, I did a story with my friend Perry Crow, writer of Stud and the Bloodblade, a really cool book that you should probably check out. I sort of expanded the story of Off. Started serializing a new story called Something Seems Off. It's going to go for 12 issues of heavy metal. So starting in issue 314, and then it skips and goes to 317, and consecutively from there, 318, 319, which just came out, and 320 should be coming out soon. So by the time you see this, it'll probably be on the stands. And it'll keep going for 12 issues. And I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to also talk to you about my Patreon. So I'm going to be serializing some work that I'm doing. I try to show things on there that I don't show on other social media, some like process work, my heavy metal stuff before I color it. People get to see it before anybody else does, and other projects that I'm working on. I'm also going to be doing more videos through this channel. Some of them will be released publicly. You don't need to sign up to the Patreon to see some of them. But for a lot of them, you're going to need to sign up for my Patreon. I'll be doing process videos. I'll be doing reviews of indie comics. So if you're an indie comics artist or creator, go ahead and get a hold of me. Send me your work. I'll review it on the channel. I'm going to be going over the weird old comics that inspired me, inspired my style. I really love just things that are off and weird. I kind of get off on that. And it feeds my creativity. So I'm going to show off some of the stuff of old that I really love that got me into comics. I'm also going to do some artist spotlights. We'll talk about individual artists. And I'll take a look at their work and what I think makes them just so great. So you can find most of that. You'll be able to find most of that stuff on my Patreon, where you can also get things like commissions and physical copies of books as they come out. You can also buy a lot of my stuff on my web store, which is chrisandersoncomics.com. Just to go back to the Patreon, my Patreon is patreon.com/chrisandersoncomics, so that's pretty easy to remember. I also have a portfolio online called colorme.chrisanderson.com if you want to check out more of my work. So that's about it for now, but I look forward to doing a whole bunch of these things. If you dig them, let me know. Click the like, click the subscribe, and so you can see when my new videos come out. And follow my Patreon and get videos that you won't be able to see normally. So, all right, look forward to talking to you guys further. Take care. Bye.